Now see the wheel pose. It requires the flexion of the shoulders, okay, also the strength on your arms to lift your body up. If somebody has the weak arms, they might find it difficult to do the wheel pose. And more than the arms, it requires a flexible shoulder actually, So how we can practicing preparing our body, like we can do some puppy stretch, some sitting kneeling position, or like that in a standing position to stretching your arms and shoulders, or some shoulder exercise, some flexion, extension, momentum, like cow facing pose, like doing some stretch, triceps stretch, which make our posture super easy. So see, first, normally you know how to do it by yourself, but now I give you some trick which will help you. If somebody finding difficult to go up, lift yourself up, that might will help you definitely if somebody have the stiff shoulder or weak arms. So see, as you put your palms like on the floor beside, can you please keep your hands on the sides, close to the ear. Now you see, it also requires the flexible wrist. In order to touch your palms on the floor, also require the flexible wrist. Somebody having the wrist pain, or somebody having the stiffness on the wrist, for them is really hard. Even if they have a flexible shoulder, but it becomes difficult for them to lift the body off the floor. So what if we lift our body in this position where your palms are only like that? Your fingers pointing down and your heels. So in this position, your wrist is not completely flexed like that. It's flexed but a half like that, micro.
It should be like this or not?
No, I'm just telling you, what if we lift our body weight like not like that, but like this. Yeah, we can use the brick, we can use the bolster, which is more comfortable. So when you put your palms like that, it can be a little bit challenging to push, especially those who have a stiffness on the body. But yeah, if we use the bolster as a support, as a guide, will help you to lift our body up very easily. Like for example, no, wait a second. I'm going to keep the bolster like that, like in an inclined position on the wall. Can you please get closer to the wall? Touch your head on the bolster. A little bit head down. Yeah. A little bit up. Now you're very close. Okay. Yeah. Relax your head. Just be comfortable there. Okay. Put your palms on the bolster. Now, for example, see, you don't need a complete flexion of the wrist now. So press the hands on the bolster. Now, what are you going to do? The same way going, pressing the feet, lift your hips up the way to the half bridge pose, Setu Bandhasana. Push the floor and exhale, lift your shoulder. You can rest your head down or just all the up. How's it, Margot? Is okay? Yeah, easy? Little bit? Yeah. So you push yourself, lift yourself up all the way up the floor. So in this position, your wrist is not completely flat. As they come in the contact with the floor, they give them more painful. Even though we can use the brick here also, I show you how we can use the brick. But I think with the bolster, it's comfortable a little bit. And also there are chances to when the brick slide. When you come here, you're going to push your chest towards the wall slowly. Now, second way, how are we going to use the bolster? Make sure the bolster are stable enough when you use the bolster. Sorry, a brick, when you use the brick. You all right, Margot? Let's try with the brick now. So we can use the 2 brick and 4 brick, but some places, some sala, you will see always in the room, in a house or in the yoga sala, there's always a small cutting on the wall. Have you seen? Like they see we have the cutting there, but it's a big cutting, So when you see in the small cutting, so it's really nice to hook the brick, like you can adjust the brick like that way. So it's a more stable, But when you don't have the cutting, but still you can use the brick like that, but it's more, there are more risk if by chance the brick slides off the wall, of the floor, of the wall, so you're gonna fall down. They are, instead to making yourself comfortable, you just make yourself more worse, So make sure it's stable. If not like that, so we need a 4 brick, When you have the 4 brick, then you can make the brick a little bit more comfortable. So you're gonna keep the brick like that. So 2 bricks on the bottom to make a cutting for your brick, and second brick you can keep on that. But make sure when you use the brick, look at here, when you use the brick, make sure you don't keep them like that. Okay, if you put your hand like this, they are moving, you are having fun here with the brick here. Yeah, so you keep them like slightly the top edge like that, so which is more stable. Okay, let's try Margot now, and adjust the brick according to your shoulder. Yeah. You keep your fingers, now press the palm strongly on the brick, push the floor, exhale and lift yourself up away from the floor like that. It's stable. Oh, your ears? Oh, sorry. Push, exhale and lift yourself up. Once you are here, press the brick with the finger and with the palm and move your chest towards the wall. As you're pushing the chest, press with the fingertip. Yeah, as you're pushing chest forward towards the wall, press the fingertip and trying to rolling the knees and thighs inward the way you do in a pigeon pose. You're right. It's also help release the tension from our wrist. Now slowly look up, bend the elbows, drop the shoulder and come down. Now, okay, this is for the people, those having wrist pain, shoulder. Now, the challenge is if somebody cannot lift the body up the floor, what we can do now? Is super challenging, right? So what are you going to do now? One more adjustment. Yeah, we can help is a partner adjustment. If you don't have anybody, so what you can do? For that, in this case, we're going to use the bolster. You can use a blanket, bolster, cushion, whatever you will have in your house, you can use. I'll show you with the chair also, but let's see first with the bolster. Maybe everybody have the bolster or pillow at the home. You can use the pillow or blanket or whatever you have. Can you please sit down? See today this and then later we do with the chair. Okay, for example, now can you please sit on the bolster? A little bit here, sit on the bolster. On the edge and lay down the bolster. Now see what happened in this case, keep your knees bent, you can drop the head down. If somebody have the neck pain, can be uncomfortable for the neck, so you can keep the bolster stay a little bit away from the floor. You put your hands down, adjust the way you do the wheel pose. Can you touch your hands on the floor? Yeah. So now you can slide yourself a little more towards the, now it's easy to touch. It's okay now? Yeah. You keep yourself. Now you see your body is already off the floor. And here, when you are laying in this position, so you see the structure of the elbow, you see the structure of the arms, your arms are like half bent, you have a 90-degree angle. But when they go more than the 90-degree angle, what happens? It's really hard to push ourselves when something is very close to us here. It's really hard to push. We cannot use the bicep strength. But when you are here like a half bend, it becomes easy to push. You can use the bicep muscle, tricep muscle to push. But when you're very close, like when you're on the floor, it's very close. It's hard to push. When you are here like half bend, you can a little bit push and lift yourself up. Margot, push the floor and lift yourself up with the exhalation. Up like that. If you require one more bolster, you can go for the one more bolster. Stay there, okay? Easy push. Push, lift yourself up the bolster very nicely. And then as you come down, relax. Bend your elbow, land on the bolster. Okay, it's one of the super easy way, and still you need a brick, you can use the brick. Like that. You can put your hands on the brick, lay down the bolster, push and lift up, push and lift up. Okay, try it few times, will help you to be more comfortable, make you more confidence to go up of the floor. Now, if you see somebody legs are moving out, like toes are going out, we can use the strap also on the feet. See how we can use the strap? You can you bring the foot a little bit forward? Yeah. If somebody feet are moving out like that, I'm not showing you, but you can understand. You make the one small loop and keep the loop on the front of the foot. Understand me? It will help you to tie the legs inward because they are going all the time. It will help you tie the legs inward. Okay. Now let's try the chair. Look at the chair very quickly. If somebody finding it still difficult to lift from here, so what we can do, one of the easiest way now with the chair, let's try. Can you please move the bolster a little bit away from the mat, Margot? Pull them. Now let's see with the chair quickly. I take a one chair here and I'm gonna cover it because see here we're gonna touch the, when you lift yourself up, we're gonna touch the chair on the wall. So I will fill that gap that you don't have so much momentum. Like that. So as I fill it like that, so you can move it but slightly. But when you don't have anything here, when you go up, it will lift higher and you get a scare, you feel scared. And some chair we have, if you check some chair, we have some old chair, the backrest get completely connected to the wall, those are completely safe. But when you lift up, maybe you feel like scared, oh, what is happening? I'm falling. So we're using it just as a support here. Now, how are we going to get in this position? We'll sit here, Margot, quickly. So you sit like that, like your back against the wall here, and you keep the knees bent. Simple thing, what you have to do, using the lower body strength, lift yourself up like a half bridge pose, the way you do the half bridge pose, okay, like that. So you press your feet, lift your hips higher, hands on the sides, the bar of the brick, the chair, hook it tightly here. Now what you're going to do here, lift your hips high and try to first move the chair towards the wall, and then press, lift up. So here again, from here, you lift your hips up, push the chair back and press and push. Bend the elbow, slowly rest your back on the seat of the chair and very slowly hook it tightly, hold it for a bit and lower the body to stretch your shoulder a little bit more. If you feel like uncomfortable for your back here, you can cover it with a blanket because this edge is a little bit painful. Let's try, Margot, one time. Let's see how you're doing it. Understand what I did? Yeah, sit closer to the chair, a little bit more closer. Yeah, bend your knees, open your feet. Yeah, now you can take the arms up like that. Now first lift your hips up like the way to the hub bridge. Yeah, like that. Now can you hold the chair? Like that. Hold the chair. Now push the chair back first. Yeah, and then lift yourself up. And try to push the chest a little bit upward, upward, upward. Yeah, very nice, like that. So this is also put your body in the shape of the chair wheel, but in a different way. This time your hands are off the floor. Slowly land on the shoulder, rest the shoulder, and slowly. No, people those are finding difficult to lift up from the floor. Okay, if also somebody having the back pain, it can little bit reduce the pressure. But if you keep the hands more up here, okay, if the hands go more down, you bend your spine more. If you keep the hands more up, maybe you feel a little bit less stress on your lower spine. As much you make the space in a wheel. Can you please try one more time very quickly the wheel pose? No, here without the chair. So just check the chair and remember it. We will practice it tomorrow or next day in the class. Yeah, you're inside the chair, understand. Maybe hands on the floor and also feet on the floor. Yeah. This is also the easiest way because you're already in the shape of the wheel. Yeah, a little bit big and with the chair. This is another way to practicing. Now try to understand when you do the wheel pose, everybody can perform it. Even somebody have the back pain also can perform it. But how? Now, for example, look at the. Can you please lift yourself? Push. Now, 𝗧𝗲𝗃𝗃 bring her hands and feet closer. It press stress the lower spine. But if she walk, can you walk the hands backward, more back? So instead to wheel, instead to rounding your body quickly, if you open, can you walk your legs more forward, Margot? Yeah, hands more back. If you make instead to like this, if you make a wheel like that, like a really big wheel, so it won't stress the lower spine. You understand me? Relax, come down, lower your body down. It becomes a little bit easier. See, if you completely bend your back like that, it break your back here. Okay? If you make a big wheel, walking the hands this direction, feet this direction, if you make a big wheel like that, it won't stress the back so much. Trust me, it won't stress the back so much. You can use the bolster, break, chair, it won't stress the back. But if you completely bend like that, it's going to break your back from here. If somebody have already the back pain, it's really difficult for them, really super difficult for them to do the wheel pose. All right?